Transportation, land use, and energy policies affect both the economy and the environment. A robust and mature economy involved with agriculture, industry, urban life, and international trade also needs to be monitored for effects on the delicate ecosystem as well as the vulnerable and fragile climate.
About 40% of the carbon pollution in this country is from transportation. We need to take that 40%, we need to reduce it by 80% if we're to avert dangerous global warming.
We're at this sort of critical point where we can sort of choose to follow the previous path of continued reliance on fossil fuels and predominantly auto dependency towards this new future where we can follow a future that provides us a level of mobility that we've come to expect, but does it in a much, much more sustainable way.
We have to make really significant changes in our behavior across both developing and more highly developed countries.
We know that we need to keep going. If we're going to achieve what science is telling us we need to achieve by mid-century, we have to continue this rate of progress, if not accelerate it.
The goods movement and on and off-road motor vehicles contribute about 40 to 50% of all of our greenhouse gases in the Bay Area, anywhere between 50 to 60% of our air pollutants as well. And so we believe that what we have to do is integrate both your air quality strategies and your climate strategies to be able to move the transportation system to a sustainable transportation system such that we can lower the carbon intensity, lower its relative contribution to air pollutant levels, but then also be a part of the overall strategy to be able to achieve our climate goals as well.
We have a lot of the expertise and a lot of the energy to try to solve those problems.
The National Center for Sustainable Transportation, which is a consortium of 6 university transportation research institutions, conducts valuable research into the technical aspects and policy implications of advancing a transportation sector that has less impact on the environment, increases economic competitiveness, and provides a greater diversity of travel options. A key component of all research conducted by the National Center is examining how old and new vehicle and fuel technologies, development patterns, human behavior, and regulatory policies impact the environment and the climate.
So you have 6 universities, and combined they have a global reach. The research capacity of these institutions is an opportunity that's in some ways unparalleled.
One branch of research focuses on vehicles and fuels. Second branch of research is around infrastructure. For example, our Pavement Research Center at UC Davis is looking at different kinds of pavements. A third area of research focuses on travel demand. And then the fourth area of research sort of cuts across all of those and has to do with institutional change.
Can we understand how people would shift their mode from an automobile to bicycle to rail transit to ride sharing? You could say if the UTC program had not existed, we would likely know much, much less about all of these things.
We have a project on long-distance travel, intercity travel. It tends to be a piece of our travel behavior that accounts for a lot of emissions, a lot of energy, but we have not traditionally collected data on that.
Without research, without science, without thoughtful policy analysis, we're rudderless, and we are subject to the winds of the political system.
In addition to conducting cutting-edge research, the National Center is committed to ensuring research results are shared with those developing policy. A recent example of the Center's engagement efforts is the biennial conference organized by the Institute of Transportation Studies at UC Davis at the Asilomar Conference Grounds in Pacific Grove, California in the beautiful Monterey Bay. This conference brings together academic researchers, environmental regulators, transportation industry representatives, and environmental advocacy groups. Attendees share, discuss, and explore new developments in transportation technology and policy.
We've made it our mission to transform the transportation system.
We need the academic community to be suggesting to us things that we may not be thinking about right now, that we should be thinking about, and questions that they would like to be investigating, but that we also need to come to them and say, wait a minute, these are the problems that we're facing right now. What can you tell us that can help us?
We don't have all the resources ourselves internally at Ford to help us solve the transportation problems, right? So you have this great set of individuals and resources that can help solve specific problems.
Student research at the graduate level is also an important component of the National Center for Sustainable Transportation's ongoing preparation for future innovations.
Latest things that we're doing now is a direct student exchange. So students from UC Davis are coming to UC Riverside and getting involved in our emissions testing, our transportation efforts.
We're entering a revolution in transportation right now, and we have to have visionaries. We have to have people that are not bound by tradition so that they can think outside the box and totally break this path dependence. It has to be done. So I want to find a theater where I can do that.
Making a difference in the future of sustainable land use for transportation, as well as moving the nation and the world toward a cleaner environment and a much smaller carbon footprint, places the National Center for Sustainable Transportation in the forefront of tomorrow's progress.